What is up, everyone? Welcome to the L2R2 PlayStation podcast, or really the LTRT Xbox podcast for the first time today. Joined by my co-host, Callum Monroe. Callum, how are you doing? Are you stoked for this Xbox game showcase?
I am, yeah, really excited. Looking forward to seeing some Halo. Hopefully some other established things that we haven't seen in a while. But also, I'm just interested to see what new stuff there is. Microsoft have been busy spending all their money on these studios, so it's now time to see what they've been working on.
Yeah, no, I highly agree. I mean, that's the strength they're going to have this next gen is like they have to compete with Sony's first party. I mean, they really dropped the ball last gen, and so they was it maybe two E3s ago they started announcing all these different acquisitions they had with first party studios under their belt, and so I think we're going to start to see, if not gameplay, trailers showing off. Here's what our teams are working on, and here's what they can actually announce their games now. They have like something like 15 first party studios now.
Yeah, yeah, it's they've got a good collection. And not only that, they're really good studios as well. So there's a reason to be hopeful for it, and yeah, really excited. Hoping for a good show.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we have Halo, which they have confirmed they're going to show off gameplay, and this is coming out in November, so they really have to go full force. I think that's going to be the flagship, title for the Series X. So you have that. As far as
Yeah.
other studios that are working on stuff, you have Ninja Theory working on Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. You got
hmm
Obsidian, who have done I want to say the Outer Worlds or the Outer Wilds. I think Outer
Yep.
Worlds.
Outer Worlds. Yep.
So you got Obsidian. They also have this like multiplayer game they're working on. I think the stream has started. Let's jump over there right now.
Yeah, something's happening.
Something
Some
is
trailer,
happening.
some 18 rated game.
Looks like a countdown. The official countdown is starting.
An X-rated countdown. Oh yeah, Psychonauts. I forgot
Yeah, they
that
have Double
that's the thing
Fine.
now.
Yep.
Yeah. Lots of excited people in the chat.
Yep. A lot of woo. It's happening finally. Somebody said Game of the Year, but I don't know what the hell they're showing off.
This could be Elden Ring, I think.
Interesting. Although it
Maybe.
showed
I mean,
like
I have no
a
idea.
factory though, like it seemed like more.
Yeah, in space.
Oh, I think it's Master Chief's armor, right? Maybe not. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come. I must remind myself.
Yeah, it's Chief.
Nice. Callum, do you have your Audacity thing going on the side too?
I do,
Okay, sweet. Just
yes.
double checking.
Cannot prevail in the face of extinction.
Now this is Cortana's voice, and I think she's like at this point she's all wonky, right? Like she's the villain.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't played Halo 4 or 5, so I'm not sure what's going on. I don't really ever really know what's going on in the
Gotcha.
story, to be honest.
Her AI is like
Um,
out of
but
control at this point in the story, so she's not really
oh, right.
a hero anymore.
Well, that's good because I hate Cortana because of Windows 10, so I'm all on board
Okay.
for not liking her.
Whoa, nice. I didn't realize they're gonna go out of the gate starting with Halo Infinite. Nice.
Mm. Interesting to have a start demo sort of screen.
Maybe they're gonna release this demo.
Yeah.
This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, Chief.
So this is like a continuation of the other trailer,
Looks
isn't
like it,
it?
yeah,
Where
because you get abducted by something.
he sort of wakes up in the ship.
No. No. You. I can't stand this. Who you are. Breathe. No. You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're... Are you even listening?
Is it kind of juddery for you?
It did
little
for a
bit,
couple
the video.
points, yeah.
Yeah.
It's back on track now, I think.
Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned.
His armor looks dope, man. I really like the green is just popping.
I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh,
Yeah, mine is chopping up. Is yours as well?
let me see what I can find.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know if the chat has mentioned that.
When I get back, we can look.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, everyone's
That's
going
not
mental
good
about it.
at all.
Okay, big guy.
This is very Halo 1. Very strong vibes to Halo 1.
Mhm. Let's see the question everyone's waiting for. Is he going to sprint?
And that's like the traditional assault rifle, right? Maybe it's a little different. But
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's sprinting.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to have to look at the chat.
Yeah, I wish my trailer was not stuttering like this. Or my feed.
Yeah. You don't think it's the just the particular stream from the Game Awards, do you?
It's possible. Maybe in between.
I might open another one just in another
Yeah,
tab.
see if
and
it's
then
running
see
any
if
smoother.
GameSpot seems to be a similar story.
Gotcha. Yeah, the map looked pretty big. I think they're going for like a semi-open world kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sort of like an Uncharted Lost Legacy where it's like a large corridor.
Yeah.
We got the brutes. I like how you're shooting off their armor, sort of like Doom Eternal, where you can see them take damage.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the shield back. Ooh, grappling hook. Yeah, that grappling hook was interesting. I wonder if that's just
Well,
for
let's see
enemies, sort of like
whether that's
Doom,
gonna
or
be-
is it like for
Yeah.
environment?
It's going to be a bit platformy. I think with an open world, you'd imagine it might be there might be some parts where you sort of traverse. Gotta say, I'm not really very impressed so far.
I'm pretty impressed. I mean, it is more Halo, but
Yeah.
they haven't like.
I think it seems very self-righteous in a way. Like there's been a lot of riding on this, and for the whoever's playing it to sort of try and act like it's all cinematic and epic when there's not really a huge amount going on.
Interesting. I don't know if I feel that
Is,
same way.
just a bit
I'm
weird.
more hyped, I think, for some reason. But I guess it's what's cool about this.
It looks fun. It looks fine.
Yeah, and I wouldn't disagree with like how you're feeling. I think okay, that's for environments. That's cool. That the grappling hook. I think they're
Yeah,
leaning
that's cool,
hard
yeah.
on trying to bring back thoughts of like the first Halo, and that's what the strength is with this, is that it's reminding me of the first Halo. Although the art style looks slightly cartoony almost. Maybe it's just the
Yeah.
colors going on, but that was like a handheld little shotgun pistol thing. That's pretty dope.
It looks a lot more. I mean, I haven't played Halo 4 and 5, so I'm only comparing this really to the first 3 Halo games. But at least because I've heard that Halo 4 and 5 became a lot more like cover shooty, you know, no bullet drop or just, you know, straight laser shooting.
Right.
And this seems to be a bit better in terms like you can get close to enemies, dodge around their bullets like the old ones, but.
Your people are broken, scattered, hunted, defeated by me. I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't. We are one step ahead, always. The ring is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox.
Yeah, see, I have no idea what's happening because I haven't played Halo 4 and 5, so I don't know what this means.
I don't know who the Banished are exactly. The Harbinger sounds like someone from Halo 2 or 3, but I forget.
No.
Damn.
This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story.
Kind of reminds me of Thanos from the Infinity War.
Yeah, yeah. The music's great as ever, though. The music's so good in Halo. Some of the best soundtracks.
Fight hard. Die well.
I think if that's all they show, and we'll see, I do kind of now lean more towards your, not a letdown, but like kind of, I don't know if the hype is properly, you know, magnifying or putting into context what we were promised. I mean, they showed off gameplay, and the gameplay looked tight. It looked fun.
Yeah? It looked a lot like Destiny.
Yeah, that's true.
Destiny 2. Which is quite ironic considering Destiny 2 is made by Bungie. But yeah,
Halo Infinite has been built from the ground up to take full advantage of Xbox Series X. Bigger battles, epic vistas, more complex visual effects, displayed with 10 times the processing power per pixel of Halo 5. This will be running at a flawless 60 frames per second and will allow us to bring the Halo ring to life in ways that have never been possible before.
see, I don't know, I just don't see...
In the coming months.
I'm just not, I don't know, I can't really explain. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It looks like a decent shoot. I'm just not blown away at all.
That might be it. They're not blowing our hair back. And I guess maybe they don't have to. Halo has kind of fallen by the wayside, so they need to at least provide an on-par experience with what Halo used to be. So maybe the goal isn't to blow everyone's hair back, but it's to bring it back on track.
Yeah.
So this is a new trailer from.
Still excited for it. Though. I'll definitely give it a go.
For sure.
I recognize that. I recognize her. I don't know if she's maybe an actress who I've seen
possible.
before.
Sort of reminds me of State of Decay, but they usually don't look quite like this. But there was like zombie vibes I had.
I mean, I don't know much about State of Decay. I never really played it, but is that like a game that would pop? Is that something? Does it have a big fan
It
base?
does have a big fan base. I only played the first one, but it's a bit open world, kind of zombie survival game. Oh god.
Ooh.
Yeah. State of Decay 3.
Yeah, State of Decay 3. Cool. That could be fun.
Yeah. No, people really love that franchise.
'Cause they're sort of multiplayer, aren't they?
Welcome everyone to the Xbox Game Showcase. Today, we're showing games from 9 of our 15 Xbox
There he
games,
is.
including
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He absolutely loves it.
What you will see today
I'm digging that shirt. I want that Halo Infinite shirt.
are harnessing their passions to bring their dreams to life. We believe that how you find and play your games is as important as the device you play them on. Xbox Game Pass is the best way to discover and play, and we want you to be able to experience as many great games as possible. So Game Pass members, you can play every game you see today from your subscription or free to play. These games will look and play best on Xbox Series X, delivering
Hell yeah.
performance, precision, and immersion.
Yeah, that's still really cool that they're doubling down in all their first party studios. You can play with Game Pass. So Halo Infinite, if you have the subscription,
Yeah.
you don't have to buy the full game. You can already start playing it.
To realize their full
Yeah. It's such an amazing service. I mean, the fact that I pay like £3.99 a month for it as well is
Right.
just, it's so ridiculously cheap. I don't know how they can even do that.
I don't know. They hope that
and Xbox Series
maybe to their
them closer to their dream of unprecedented realism with ray tracing.
if it's just on paper.
So the fact I can do it means that I'm not going to buy an Xbox because I don't need to, because I've got Game Pass on my PC. But I suppose they're not really looking to sell. They're not too worried about where people play their games, are they? They're just more, they want people.
I
to
think
play
so.
them
Yeah,
anywhere.
as long as they're in their ecosystem, they have the subscriber list. They can show to like shareholders, like, hey, we have X amount of subscribers, and that looks better than maybe games
Yeah.
sold. Because those are people committing every
Yeah.
month to giving you income to purchasing something.
Yeah, that's true. Is this the new Forza? Is it?
No, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Forza. I was thinking of GT, but different franchise. Yeah, the Forza games always push the tech to the limit. I like the more arcadey Horizon series, like the Forza Horizon, but I
Yeah.
don't know if this is it or if this is just a
Yeah.
standard Forza.
I've got a friend who's really like Forza's like pretty much the only game he plays. Forza and Skate 3 on his Xbox.
That's it.
And he was saying he had heard that on Forza Motorsport they're going to try and like merge the two, so like you drive to your races or something.
Interesting.
But I don't know whether that sounds a bit weird, because motorsport game, you don't want to be, you want to just be doing the racing, and they're definitely two different kinds of racing games,
Right.
aren't they? But yeah, Forza Horizon's great fun. Really, really good game.
We all sense it. But only a few truly.
So this is a rare game.
It is found in the smallest moments.
So I think Rare so far we're just working on that pirate game, Sea of Thieves. And this
Oh,
might have
yeah.
been
Yeah.
announced, but I don't think they've shown off a whole lot of this yet.
In the bonds we share.
Kind of reminds me of an Airbender, sort of like in the art style.
Yeah,
And in moments of stillness.
it looks really nice. Looks a bit like Breath of the Wild.
It teaches us to look beyond the expected.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I don't really know what it is, but I like the sort of style of it.
But only a few.
It is very Avatar,
Right.
The Last Airbender, isn't it?
It looks like you have a party of 4 at least, or 3, so it's like some kind of multiplayer thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can see if Thieves was multiplayer
Right,
centric,
yeah.
wasn't it?
So it makes sense they're using the same kind of engine. Everwild.
Everwild.
Everwild will give to you a magical and untamed natural world for you to explore and to just truly lose yourself in. It's a place to be eternal. And Eternal has the gift to sense and feel how magic flows through nature and connects every living thing. The team here at Rare are so excited to be working on something like Everwild, and I hope you're excited too. But I just want to take this opportunity to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who's shown their support and love, and for the incredible, awesome, positive community that's already growing around this game. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So it's already been announced then?
Yeah, I think they just showed a
I
bit more,
imagine.
like a cinematic trailer.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Oh, is this Life is Strange? This looks like Life is Strange.
It's the next like storyline in that game, yeah, in that series from Don't Nod.
That they don't believe us.
We all believe that what happened.
I really wasn't a fan of the first one.
Yeah, this is a different
I couldn't get into
set
it.
of characters.
Okay. Say, what, is it like same universe or just same developers?
I'm not sure, possibly same universe because they're just like in a regular
It doesn't matter.
setting, I think. But it's whole different
Okay, yeah.
set of characters, storyline.
We're all done with fairy tales.
The only thing that matters.
So I got to play this. I did a game Xbox preview thing where they let you play a game and that you gave impressions on it. But I'm pretty sure that I signed something saying that you can't talk about it. But I'm pretty sure I can say that I played it. But not that
Uh-oh.
anyone cares at all. But
I'm going to send the FBI to your house
right.
now.
I'm pretty sure I can say that I played it, but that's all.
Everything we
Yeah.
thought we knew about Mary
Yeah.
just got thrown out the window.
Yeah, I think after it's been announced, it's fair game, I suppose.
We both saw it.
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives.
Nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
I nearly ate a cinnamon jelly bean then. Very close.
Choice about it.
There's always a choice.
I can't do this. Stop!
So will you be buying that? Is that down your
I don't know.
alley?
Hey everyone, my name is Gennady. I'm the co-founder.
Or are you just too scared to say anything else?
I mean, not that like anyone cares or listens to it, so I guess I'm just erring on the side of caution.
specifically for Xbox.
And it wasn't like a thing for like podcasters or YouTubers. It was a program anybody can join onto where
Yeah.
you play the game. And they usually
Sure,
did it in
yeah.
person in Auburn and Washington, but that was during the Corona thing. So they did it all online. They just send you a code and you get to play the
Okay, cool.
game. And then it was
Yeah.
very in-depth questions and like impressions because they would then tweak the gameplay based on your impressions too.
Yeah.
So it was
sure,
like an early
yeah, yeah.
build.
So it's like a focus group kind
Right.
of thing.
But it was the entire game.
Yeah, nice.
Feel of this game. We can also boost the
Oh, I see. So you played the whole thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a segment.
That
of
was
it.
the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
premium audio tech
At least that build, that complete
You're
build.
living in the future.
in real time.
Yeah, yeah.
And with all of this crazy hardware power, we can give our players more options with how they want to play our game. We can't wait for
What's this? The new Ori? Is it Ori in the Blind Forest? Is this?
It looks like a remaster.
Smart delivery later this year.
And a remaster of the recent one, or in the Will o' the Wisp. Yeah, so that's the recent one that came out. So it's getting a next gen upgrade.
Oh, okay.
That one I need to
I
finish.
never played them. They're meant to be really good.
This last one is really cool. Private Division, what do they
Yeah.
do?
From the furthest reaches of the universe comes the biggest mystery in the galaxy.
Outer Worlds, no?
Yeah. I thought that was the Obsidian, but maybe
Marvel are the Gorgon
maybe they're doing the DLC.
a sordid stopover, full of salacious secrets and scandalous strangers.
Greetings, attractive patron. You are looking.
This would be cool. I really liked Outer Worlds.
Yeah, it was cool for sure. And I love that they're continuing and adding content.
Can put you on the wrong side of a gun or sword or this thing.
It's just so brilliantly like written. Like every single conversation I had, I was like intrigued
Yeah.
in what they were gonna say.
Intrigue.
I think it was more Fallout than any Fallout thing that's come out in a while, so it was really cool.
Yeah.
What will you find on Gorgon?
Is your stream stuttering at all? Mine is starting to do that again.
A little bit, yeah.
In its current state.
September 9th for that. Cool.
It's a cool name as well.
Yeah, this is also Obsidian.
Yeah,
This
that'd
is
be cool
their-
actually. There's not a huge amount coming out between now and then,
Right.
so. Oh yeah, this is Obsidian's new game, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's multiplayer.
But if you're ready for the smallest, we've got you covered.
Pause my stream for a sec. Here we go.
From Obsidian Entertainment, the makers of games that are nothing like this one.
It looks cool. It just. Yeah, I was literally just about to say like this is nothing like
Right.
Obsidian's normal stuff at all. Like I've just started playing Pillars of Eternity, which is like a super detailed, like extremely like intricately written like fantasy RPG.
Ah.
Yeah, it's lagging real bad.
Grounded, July 28th. That's pretty soon. That's like this week
It
or
looks
whatever.
pretty fun, to be fair.
Something we do every
Yeah,
day to come to the
it's in 5 days.
Yeah.
Wait for you to play our next great adventure, Peril on Gorgon. It's the first of 2 planned story expansion packs for the Outer Worlds that we're putting together with our friends from the Private Division. Now, it's also important that we continue to evolve how we tell stories in games, and Grounded is the perfect example of that. The team has been working for the last 2 years on how to tell an Obsidian story within a survival game. Now, it's
I'm really interested in this Grounded game. It's just simply because it's Obsidian and they are so good that it like I'm just so interested to see how this comes out because it's so different to their normal stuff.
Yep, I agree.
Big Obsidian RPG. Check this out.
World premiere.
Ah, so maybe this is the more Obsidian-y
Maybe.
thing then.
Would it just be a continuation of Outer Worlds or just like a whole other RPG?
Or Pillars of Eternity 3 maybe?
I'm not familiar with that franchise. Is that's one of their franchises?
Yeah, they're really good games. They're basically like D&D games.
Gotcha.
Like super heavy party based RPGs. Yeah, this looks a lot more Obsidian-esque, you know, like proper high fantasy stuff. Because they're just so brilliant at writing lore and backstories and settings and
Yeah.
things like that.
Our sins have borne
Ooh.
is an oath worth the weight of a crown.
That's like that scene in Lord of the Rings, isn't it, when the Balrog's coming?
Oh, that's true.
Can't see what that says.
Avowed.
Avowed. Cool.
So whole new.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Whole new thing.
That's probably the most exciting thing for me I've seen so far.
Yeah.
A new sort of Obsidian franchise. I think that could be something really, really good. Matt Booty.
That's his name, yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
This is Obsidian at their best, and it is being built from the ground up to take full advantage of the power of Xbox Series X.
I want to see more of this, but already like it's giving me strong. So, you know, I love Skyrim and those games in general. So if you can bridge the gap between the next, you know, Elder Scrolls with something like this, but still the writers of, you know, or that whole team behind like New Vegas, if you can combine that, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I honestly think Obsidian are like some of the best like narrative-based game makers. So I think just anything from them is always worth a look.
Yeah.
Because they did South Park as well, and
Oh, okay.
Because when you play a story, you step into the character's shoes. You get to experience their fears, their hopes, their conflicts firsthand. And in the process, you learn more about yourself. And this is quite
I think if I could change my accent to anything, it would be a French accent. They just sound dope for some reason.
Oh, really?
resilience and sacrifice. But most of all, it's about how you will shape the fate of real, flawed people trying to find their way in a world that don't fit it. I hope you enjoyed the trailer.
I'm confused what game that she's talking about.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm guessing this one. Because sometimes they have the dev talking after the.
Oh, I
video
see what you mean. Yeah, she was setting up this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the studio was Interior/Night, which I haven't heard, but this might be another Xbox owned franchise or studio. It's like an interactive comic a bit.
Hmm.
The sun went down on all of us that day. Was it fate? Coincidence? No. It was a long forgotten.
Art is amazing.
Yeah.
Buried in the dark.
It looks like they filmed this and then went over and just created art off of it, right?
Hmm.
All my life, I've been scared of the shadows. But now, I'm finally ready to step into the light. I got your letters.
Cool. I think that looks cool.
Yeah.
I think the only thing is I think it's quite niche, them kind of games. I mean, I love those kind of games, but
They are niche for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Sony has a couple of like live action choose your role kind of games. Where,
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
reminds you of that.
We're excited to start giving you an insight into what comes next for our Celtic warrior.
I never finished.
I really need to play this game.
Yeah, I never finished it. It was really, really cool. I am super, super stoked and excited for this second one.
I mean, it looks insane visually.
Right.
Like the graphics are incredible.
And you can find out more about our location scouting and how we've discovered the history of our setting in a brand new behind-the-scenes development diary, which you can view straight after the show on the Ninja Theory YouTube channel.
Nice. Now, Ninja Theory.
Yeah, they do some really good development diaries, Ninja Theory.
I was going to mention, they did one. It was a couple months ago now, maybe like 6 months more than that. It was about this other project that was going to tackle mental health. And they did this like live action-esque gameplay mixed, trailer where they showed off. It's almost like a hospital from the inside, but it was mixed with rendered stuff too. So it was hard to tell like what was the game and what was really like actual footage.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they'll show more. It's like Project Mar, I think that was called. I was assuming we'd see some gameplay from Senua.
Yeah, I thought we would then as well. At least that means it's quite far away, so I've got time to play it.
Right.
This will be Psychonauts.
Yep.
Love Psychonauts. Brilliant game.
I basically never played it. I played the beginning years and years and years ago, but I forgot completely what happened.
Oh yeah, because Schaefer did Brutal Legend, didn't
Yep.
it? And Jack Black was in that, so they're probably
buds.
friends for that. That's another great game as well. I love Brutal Legend.
Yeah, I need to play that too. Yeah, this whole series is like a huge cult classic. I mean, people love this.
Yeah, the first one's just brilliant. It's so just mental, but in the best possible way. I love how like into everything Jack Black is. Like everything he does, he just gives it his all, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
There's not enough games like this, like the old Ratchet and Clanks and Jack and Daxter and Sly Cooper. So I'm so glad to see this like come back because there's just not enough. I mean, we've got Knack, obviously.
That's it.
But,
yeah,
Crash 4 as well.
That's true.
We're getting all these just nice, fun games coming.
I think there is that demand is built up in the past couple of years, so you're seeing some of this stuff come out now, which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's kind of like what happened with like Call of Duty and Medal of Honor. Everyone got bored of World War II.
Right.
So it went Modern Warfare, and then everyone got bored of that and wanted World War II back.
Right.
So it's kind of like just the way everyone gets bored of things and then wants things to come back.
Yeah, there's a saturation and yeah.
Yeah. Want to make sure you're sober when playing this game, I think.
Yeah, it's so trippy and like psychedelic, and that's awesome. Of course, they have the whole mind thing, so they can do literally anything in the game.
Yeah.
I didn't catch a date on that. It looks like they were just showing off gameplay.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. Unless it sort of lagged out when it showed it.
Right.
We are partnering with thousands of creators, from the largest publishers to the smallest independent developers, to bring you the broadest variety of games.
Her shirt with the keys are pretty awesome. That's an awesome shirt.
Yeah.
Not just geographically, but in history too. I'm thrilled to announce that this fall, our friends at Bungie will bring Destiny.
Everyone's very animated with their hands, aren't they?
Yeah.
If you are one of the more than 10 million Game Pass subscribers, you also get access to all current Destiny 2 expansions starting this September. For Game Pass,
I'd love to try Destiny 2, but it's one of those games that you have to get like really involved in, isn't it? I just don't think I want to give it that much time.
Right.
But it does look cool.
Well, it's coming to Game Pass, so they said in September, so you'll be able to play it.
Oh. Good dip in.
Here's an all-new look at Bungie's Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
So they're doing a next-gen 4K 60 frame per second version of Destiny 2.
That doesn't sound very smart delivery to me. Encase, that's a great word. And
Yeah. There's a lot of effects going on, so they're really showing what's possible.
yeah. Looks really cool.
Yeah. November.
This is Destiny 2 that you can play any way you want thanks to Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I just don't know whether like there's even a point in me starting to play it, because I feel like everyone's just so far in now that
That's true, but I think
there's just
people
no
are like
point.
rolling characters all the time, and there's always going to be still people jumping in the community
Yeah,
just
that's
like
true.
you. So
yeah,
especially if you
I might give it a go. It could be a fun one.
if you wait till they go to Game Pass, you're going to also be in a pool of people who are trying it for the first time too. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Exclusively on Xbox consoles. Thanks and enjoy.
World premiere.
So that was some of the criticism in the past that like all this stuff would come to PC and Xbox, but at least it seems like that intro was saying this is only on Xbox, which they haven't done only Xbox games in a while.
Yeah.
Like all their options, all the games have the option of coming to PC.
Yeah.
Got Chernobyl going on.
I think it's something they've had to do though.
Yeah, it's true. To gain some ground, yeah.
Maybe a new Wasteland game or something.
Hmm.
I don't know whether that would be wise not having that on PC, because that's quite a PC game. Or maybe not.
It looks really pretty weird, and I'm very interested in this.
Hmm.
Oh, do you remember that series called Stalker on PC? I don't know if it's that, but there's strong vibes to that
Yeah.
series. And that was in like a
Yeah, definitely.
post-apocalyptic world. I don't think it was in Russia, but yeah. Stalker 2. I think there already exists a Stalker 2, so this must be like an Xbox port of the game, or maybe they never did release.
Oh, it says PC on the bottom anyway, so I swear she said console only.
Yeah. And it's saying right now console launch exclusive. Maybe as far as consoles go, it's only coming to Xbox is what they mean.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, because then it means I can still play these games, so
right.
No complaints from me.
I mean, in theory, you could get a standard Xbox and you'd be able to play these games because they're all going to be cross console play.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
It may not run that great, but...
My Lord Inquisitor, I've reached a term of prime and begun our investigations. Our recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive to determine the full extent of the unrest. I'll know more when they make it back.
Is this still Stalker?
No, I think this is the next console exclusive. Oh god.
Ooh.
Warhammer Darktide. Did you ever play the Warhammer games at all?
I played a bit of Vermintide, and it seemed pretty fun, like good, like fun game to play with your friends. Yeah, I've never really been into that, like lore and world or anything.
Gotcha.
It seemed really cool though. I just don't understand the console launch exclusive terminology now.
I think, people are going to pick this apart if that's not exactly what they're saying.
Yeah. Because it, like, at the end, it literally says Windows PC at the bottom as well. So it's like...
Right.
It's just weird wording. Like, there's no problem with that.
No, then just
It's
yeah,
just the
they
way
should
they've
say
upworded
like
it's a bit strange.
on Xbox only or something like that. But yeah, I don't know.
It's the word console that's throwing me off a little bit. They are 100% not playing anything, are they?
Well, they're all kind of jamming out. Oh, we're getting Tetris. Now, this is on PlayStation exclusively for a while, right?
Yeah, there was like a Tetris VR game as well or something.
And there's one before that.
I can't remember what it's called now.
Or, you're right, it had like a VR mode and a standard mode.
Mm. So I think this is really cool, but this isn't going to go down well either.
Yeah.
I love Tetris though. I think it's great.
Tetris Effect connected. All new multiplayer, optimized single player. Nice.
That's it. Yeah, Tetris Effect. Yeah, that's what it was with the VR, wasn't it?
I know people really liked it in VR. Apparently, like it. There's like res vibes where they mix the music, really, really strong into the gameplay.
Yeah. I like how she was like, "What the?" Like as if she's never seen that stuff before, and then just sucked it all.
Yeah,
up.
I guess I'll put it in my weird hand.
Yeah.
I mean, the world looks visually really cool and unique. I wonder how the gameplay will function, but the gunk. Okay, so console launch exclusive. So maybe between consoles, it's exclusive to Xbox. So it's not a cross-platform game, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
But it also will launch on PC, I guess is what they mean.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because on PC it's through the Xbox app, isn't
Right.
it? So it's like, it's still Xbox as like a brand, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a...
It just made it seem
I
like
think they're just
it's only coming to
confusing
Xbox.
themselves, like, yeah. Like, they could have literally just said Xbox exclusive. Like,
Right.
it's less words, it's more concise, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe it might just be me just being pedantic and stupid.
Oh, this screenshots of this were released yesterday. This is a game that apparently is rendering two different levels at the same time, like the same level two different ways, all at the same time, and you flash back and forth between
Okay.
it.
That's an interesting idea.
But the game or the advertisement said like this is patented gameplay technology, the fact that they're like rendering two things at the same time. But there's been levels that do this in other games.
We saw this game, didn't we, in the other Xbox?
I think you're right, yeah.
Conference, yeah, because I just recognized it then when everything went all yellow. It looks really, really cool.
It does.
Like, it kind of reminds me of Silent Hill.
Uh-huh.
Well, so you play it split screen the whole time, or
I don't know. I think you go back and forth, or maybe there are components that will.
Oh, I see. So you can like flick
Yeah.
between back and forth. It's kind of like Halo 2, Halo 1. You can like press tab and it flicks between the old graphics
sure.
and the new graphics. That's cool.
But there's like puzzle mechanics tied to this, so you have to like go back and forth
Yeah.
to do stuff.
That's really cool because I was pretty blown away at the fact that you could do that in Halo 1. So to do it in like a new game where it's like both are like good graphics kind of thing.
Right.
It's pretty interesting.
Cool. It's creepy. Yeah, Titanfall 2 had a level like that where you were flipping between two different levels, like one in the past, one in the future. And like instantly you could do that. And also Dishonored 2 did that as well.
Yeah.
But they were just levels on their own.
Okay.
And this game seems to be doing that for the entire game.
Yeah. I think that the medium looks really good.
Yeah.
Excited for that.
I can tell this is a Japanese property already. But I don't know what it is.
This is the new Fable.
Yeah. Get ready, kids.
Can you imagine? Fable's been bought out by like Square Enix or something. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. This is too Japanese even for me, I think. Very, like, messy, isn't it? The HUD.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Dialogue boxes that were coming up. It looks a bit like Monster Hunter in a way.
Yeah.
If Monster Hunter was kind of a bit more sci-fi. It doesn't look bad. It's just, yeah, it's not my kind of game, I don't think.
Although taking apart these giant robot-looking dudes looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's sort of where I get that like Monster Hunter vibe.
Yeah.
It's quite a strange trailer. Fantasy. I've heard of Phantasy Star Online. I'm pretty sure there's something like really weird about Phantasy Star Online. Like not in a bad way, but there's just something about it like that I've heard before, but I can't remember what it was.
I see.
Some weird bit of trivia that I've forgotten.
Oh, Remedy's involved in this.
Crossfire X campaign. So is this already an established game, but it doesn't have a campaign or something?
I don't know. I haven't heard of it.
Crossfire X.
They mentioned Remedy's tied to this, so I don't know because Remedy does the Control series.
Yeah, it was a multiplayer thing that seems to have been circulating beginning of the year. So this seems like it's like a single player component.
I see.
For it. It looks decent. Looks like a decent enough first person shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool, actually. Gotta say, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Giving me, like, the first Fear vibes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That kind of, like, unique kind of look to the way, like, you fire guns and...
In the subscription or free to play. This is just a peek at some of the new titles coming to Xbox Series X. And some of the games you already love and some you have yet to play will also be optimized for Xbox Series X. Games like Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, and Sea of Thieves. You'll get the next-gen upgrades at no additional cost when they launch.
So they're coming towards the end of this stream. I think if they end it, assuming they don't end it with and one last thing and it's something crazy. I don't think it falls short, but I was hoping for some like huge, like just announcements for something that was like earth shattering to just, you know, to separate a bit from PlayStation.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was hanging a lot on Halo, and I think Halo looks good, but it didn't wow me. Didn't leave much of an impression on me. Outer Worlds is cool. The new Obsidian game is
That's
cool.
true.
Avowed, whatever it was called. But we'll see what they've got left.
Yeah, we got a world premiere. Playground Games. Ooh, this might be Elden Ring, right?
Yeah, it could be.
and wondrous places where nature and magic
Or
live in perfect harmony.
nope, I think it's something already established.
Could be Fable.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I hope it's a new Fable game.
Already, I can tell with the writing. Like, yeah, nice. And it's just Fable, so they're just kind of rebooting it, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. They needed something like that to just like, because people want like a reboot of, say, like Rare owns, Banjo Kazooie or something like that. Like just an older, like, I don't know, Xbox title that they could bring back to life. There's plenty of them. Yeah, overall, it's still a good stream, positive.
Yeah, there was some good stuff shown.
Yep.
I think there was a lot of not fantastic stuff shown as well, but that's what you get, innit? You lump the good in with the sort of not as exciting, and yeah, I'm excited for a lot of the games shown there, especially the medium. I think the medium looks really cool.
That one, yeah.
Unavowed, whatever it's called, Psychonauts 2, Halo. Obviously, I'm looking forward to getting into. Fable was a huge one.
Yeah.
That sort of comic book looking thing looked really cool. So yeah, there's some good stuff on there for sure. I don't think it's like necessarily the best response to what PlayStation have shown, but they've worked with what they've got, and I think it's as good as it's going to get, and they've got some good games. It's definitely a reason to be excited and look forward to what's coming.
Yeah, I wonder if are they kind of showing like, hey, this is our suite for early November. Like, this is why you should get the Xbox. If that's what their kind of marketing is. I don't know if it's as strong as what. I have the stream still going. I don't know if it's still as strong as what PlayStation is doing. But honestly, when I think back of what PlayStation has confirmed so far for, this next gen lineup, there isn't a lot that's like day and day one with PS5, but we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Other than that, that's like Horizon, which is still far away. I'm thinking of other like PS5, games that we can expect soon. So honestly, when I try and compare them in my mind, it's like we've still yet to see what PS5 has lined up for that launch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of games I'm really excited for, especially whatever Obsidian are doing. I think, and obviously knowing Microsoft own them, Xbox own Obsidian now, that's a real big pull for them. Psychonauts 2 looks awesome. I mean, there was some good stuff. I'm definitely excited to try out these games, and even like when it showed Destiny 2, like the higher resolutions and frame rates and things like that, I'm maybe looking at I might look at getting into that as well. So yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And another thing to remember is I imagine we're going to get another one of these events that's focused on the hardware, because they haven't confirmed price and they need to. And I think that I imagine they have a special event for that, and they would talk about, because they mentioned at the end of that showcase, there's some studios we haven't shown today. So maybe they show those other studios, show off some gameplay of those studios or more announcements. They give you the price, and then pre-orders go live now. So there's still another event, I think, from now till September. But at the very like late August, like at that point, that's too late. Like you'd have to confirm a price and pre-orders by then, I would imagine, because really the fall, like, you know, holiday season starts September at the earliest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. I think Halo, just to sort of arc back to that, I think was a bit disappointing. I think, you know, Halo's always been a game that separates itself from everything else in the genre, especially with, you know, the first 3 games. And I think it just looks like it's trying to, you know, Halo 4 and 5, apparently, again, I can't speak because I haven't played, but apparently copied the trend of like games at a time, like Call of Duty, you know, added, you know, sprint, added like hit scan for the guns, and just made it more of like a cover to cover shooter. And Halo Infinite just looks like it's trying to, you know, to me at least, go down like the Doom Eternal kind of route, you know, a more open ended, you know, mobile sort of shooter. And yeah, I don't know. It looks fine. I just don't think it was what I personally wanted from the reveal. But other than that, I think, yeah, there's some great stuff to be excited for, and I will be keeping my Xbox Game Pass. I'll say that much.
Yeah, because they said all those games that we showed, they're all first party games, so you can play with Game Pass, which is dope. Because you think that was something they wanted to do this last gen to make sure they could like gain that ground. But if that ground is gained, like they wouldn't need to keep that feature going. But that's awesome that they do. I wonder how long they keep doing that, or if that's a forever thing. But with Halo, I think I ended up more positive on it than you, it seems like. But I agree that it is a sort of a change on the standard gameplay. It is more like a Doom Eternal where they're open-ended and you can kind of move around. I don't know if they're focusing as much on movement as Doom Eternal, but it's more of a, and at the same time, like that's more of a Halo thing too, to create like a sandbox environment. This seems way more sandbox where you can tackle it from any angle. It did look really fun. So I would love to, I'm actually super stoked to like as I process the gameplay and how it was almost cartoony, how colorful it was, but I dig that. They're leaning more into that first Halo with the overall vibes. They added sprinting, they added the I was gonna say umbilical cord, the like that cord that you can shoot out. It's not a umbilical cord, it's a harpoon gun, whatever. I'm blanking on that. Grappling hook. There we go. They added the grappling hook.
You're thinking of Death Stranding.
Yeah. There's a baby in there. They added the grappling hook, which is cool. I guess it comes down to how they use it, because it was really for adding more fast-paced movement with Doom Eternal. So I don't know if that lends for itself with Halo, but I guess it's how they balance that. But I'm positive on it, but I want to see more. I want to see if it's fully open world, or are they kind of like more controlled small areas that are really large compared to what we've seen.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see more of it. I just think that they could have, you know, I don't know, there just wasn't anything like where I was like, wow, like that's next gen, or that's new, that's, you know, that's impressive. I wasn't impressed by anything in it at all. It was just even visually, I didn't think it looked anything special. I mean, it looks nice, but there was just nothing. I don't know. There's just nothing that really blew me away, which is that's what you need from Halo. That's why Halos fell down to the wayside, because not necessarily that Halo 4 and 5 are bad, but just they're unremarkable. Halo's always been a game that comes out and people are like, wow, there's nothing else like this out there. And Halo, and with Halo 4 and 5, it seemed like they were trying to take inspiration from other things.
Right.
Seems like the same with Infinite, when really Halo's the one that should be giving that inspiration to other games. So yeah, I just from what I've saw, I mean, I know we only saw like 8 or so minutes of gameplay, but yeah, just from what I saw, I just thought it seemed quite generic in terms, sort of with how, by Halo standards, really.
Gotcha. It's interesting. I feel like we separate on this, because I would argue that by them leaning into the gameplay, it shows that they're more. This is something that of more of a traditional experience, because you're right that 5 and 4, and I've only played little bits of them, but they do lean in this harder like Call of Duty side, where it's way more cinematic, and there's cutscene, you know, events, QuickTime events, and it's a lot of that, and it's very like Hollywood. And it seems like by showing a really strong portion of the gameplay here, and how it's just you get to do what you want, you get to explore how you want, and tackle the situation how you want. It seems like it's if anything, it's more towards that traditional Halo style of gameplay. But is it lacking anything that like really hits you in the face and changes how you view it? I don't think it does. but maybe they wanted to show how we got this thing running and it's fun, and that's what we're focusing on to kind of bring that franchise back. But I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see how more, once we get closer, once it gets into people's hands, like what the actual campaign feels like. And also multiplayer. If you were to take this gameplay snippet and then add this to multiplayer, that seems really fun. But I don't know. Is it at the end of the day enough to separate from the other ones? I'm not sure.
And see whether it's got. I mean, because it's even just like that gun that he picked up, that Ravager gun or whatever. I mean, that was like a hit scan gun, and same with like the purple machine. You're able to get right in the face of your opponent or your enemy, and and just use your mobility and your skill to beat them. Whereas, there were parts in that gameplay demo where he was just stood in the middle of a crowd of enemies, had these guns that just zap like a laser because there's no bullet drop or anything, and he's just standing around pointing at these enemies like a point and click sort of adventure game. And that's exactly I mean, not saying that's a bad thing, that's what most first person shooters are, but that's not what Halo is or was. And that's what made it so so enticing to play. The fact you could get right up in the grill of like loads of enemies and just dart around, because all of their weapons shoot slowly, so you're able to like get out the way, and you like time your shots of how they're moving, so you have to shoot like in front of them or what. And there's just so many variables that make every single combat encounter fun. And that just looked like they were playing Destiny or Doom, where it's just not a bad thing, but it's not Halo. It's just that is the kind of experience you get from other first person shooters, and Halo's supposed to give you the other kind of experience, and it just doesn't seem to have gone back to its roots in that respect for me.
Yeah, I do hear you on that. I wonder if they'll face criticism with that grappling hook, because I mean, Doom did it, and that's a huge FPS, and so there's no way you can't compare them. I wonder though how long they were developing that though. If that was something that's like, oh, they have that, let's try and do that. Or if it was in tandem, they were developing it, and now it's like it's baked into the game in such a way where it's like we can't remove that just because Doom has that thing. But if they do their own spin on it, their own take, then I don't have a problem with it. But I wonder if they'll face unfair comparisons because they did that.
Yeah, no, I think grappling looks cool. I think it's a nice way to like zip around and get different sort of. Again, if the grappling hook was in the old Halo games, that'd be awesome, because it's all about darting around your enemies, getting out the way of their shots, finding different angles on them, and every shot satisfying because you have to like follow the bullet, make sure that like you're accounting for enemies' movements and things like that. Yeah. But that's my main point of contention with Halo 4 and 5, because I know that they started implementing these weapons because I don't know what the new bad guys are called, but apparently it was their weapons when they were introduced, where all of their bullets are just hit scans. So as soon as you click, that bullet's hit that enemy, which just changes the complete style of the game. And that's why Halo 4 and 5 fell by the wayside with the online as well, because there were like even some of the maps they remastered were being played completely differently because the guns were just so different that the only thing you could do was hide behind cover and pop out and shoot. So I don't know. Just for me, it doesn't seem like they've really listened to old school Halo fans who like the sort of arena shooter feel of the combat encounters. It seems like they're keeping the fairly generic modern FPS style, and then trying to make it they're trying to make it more sandboxy. But I don't think the sandbox is necessarily, for me personally, what I feel was missing from the newer Halos. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I mean that's all fair. We will see. I mean, you'll be able to play this on Game Pass, so I mean, really, you don't have to drop the full retail price, which is nuts. But
yeah.
As far as
I'm sure it'll be great, and I'm really excited to play it.
I guess I was expecting to, because I imagine we saw this on Series X, hardware. I was expecting maybe something a bit more advanced to really showcase. Like, I don't know if there's any new special stuff going on with the lighting, or I mean, the particle effects are really nuts. But I don't know, it just didn't scream like, hey, this is next gen. I feel like you could do this on an Xbox One. and for sure like a PlayStation hardware as well. So I don't know. I mean, that's gonna be. I wonder how the internet reacts to it as well. Like, is this something that's blowing them away? I'm not really feeling. It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. It's just like we're going into next gen, so you got to kind of step it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I might be completely in the minority, and like I said, I'm not the biggest Halo fan. I just really loved, especially Halo 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I told you I'm playing Halo 1 at the moment for the first time. Halo 2 and 3 were both games that I loved, but I'd never played the first one. So yeah, I mean, old school, like proper old school hardcore fans who didn't like 4 and 5 might think this looks much better for them. But yeah, just for me, I was just expecting something else, and yeah, like you said, there was no. Like, I wouldn't look at this, and I could see that being played on a normal Xbox One for sure. There was nothing groundbreaking about its visuals or anything. I think there are games. I think Doom Eternal probably looks better. From what I've seen,
it's possible.
So, and I mean, this game isn't even out yet, and this is their flagship game. So, yeah, I think, I mean. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure it'll be great, but it just hasn't. The hype has maybe been overhyped or something. But yeah, I'm just not too sold yet.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. We'll see, and these are all live raw thoughts on it. So we'll see. Maybe they release more footage, or over time they kind of explain more of the features that they didn't in this trailer or this gameplay. But we'll see. I mean, but overall, yeah, I mean, solid conference. It's I just was left with a little like I was hoping for some like kind of crazy thing that they pull off, but it's not like they didn't provide a lot of information and showed off what their studios are working on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you can't really say that it was a bad conference. I think it's definitely a fair thing to say. I wanted to see more or better, because I think there was a lot of CG trailers as well. There wasn't a huge amount of gameplay for games. I definitely expected to see, what was it?
Hellblade.
What was the game? Hellblade. Yeah, Hellblade. Definitely expect to see some gameplay there. In fact, we didn't even see anything new there. So yeah, I think there was definitely some things that could have been shown off. But then again, it hasn't been long since Microsoft have started this new initiative into games. So give them some time,
right.
And I'm sure things will look exciting. But yeah, there's definitely some exciting games there. So yeah, it's a good day to be an Xbox fan, I think, for sure.
Oh yeah, me as well. Yeah, I feel the same way. All right, Callum, we'll end it there. Where can they find you online?
On Twitter at Bear Monroe. If you like.
And also keep up with the show on Plastic Heart Pod on Twitter as well. And that's it for the Xbox Game Showcase React. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see ya, bye.
You're too late. I've already summoned Meteor.
Okay, let's go.